Hello everyone. As mentioned yesterday, we are going to convert our month and date items into the dynamic value based on the current date. So, for instance, I'm going to change an state here to be instance variable in the view controller itself, because we want to have only one date available. Especially when the code is run, if I create several NSState objects, the time will be deferred by some seconds or some milliseconds. So I want to have a shared date of the moment now. So instead of putting here, I'm going to say put it in the instance variable like date and equals to NSState, so that I can use it here. But actually, I'm going to convert the configure method for the month item, because what we want is actually passing in a string value combining of the pattern like this, April 2016, like this. Perhaps I can pass in the month and year string, so that I can print it out like this. Thus, at this point, I'm going to find the string representation of the current month and year. So say it would be passing in like this. In fact, for instance, I only need a sort form for the month. Then I will be passing it like this. Just like the week we did before, we can actually create NS format, the formatter and the date formatter to get the symbols of the month. Say for the month here, this would be an array of string again, and then make use of NSState formatter to get the month symbols. So depending whether you want the long form, use month symbols, or the short form, use short month symbols. I'm going to pick the short form for now and cast it back to the string array. With these available, we can expect the month will be having 12 values. Then we can use the month component of the NSState in order to grab the corresponding symbol. So to do that, I'm going to copy some code as an extension of NSState like this. Basically what it does is to gather the different components of the current NSState object, and depending on the components I want, I can get its value from the NSState. So let me go back to the calendar view here, and then at this point I'll be making use of the chain calendar.month and then pass in date.components.month. While the value here as month, it starts from 1 to 12, but as an array, the first index is 0. So I need to minus 1 in order to get the correct value. Then for the year here, I can use the other part of the components. Of course, it will be the year part, like this. And since we are setting string in the configure method, it wants me a problem. Perhaps I can go to month item and change this to integer. So now it is working fine. As you can see, it is now formatted and it's showing currently we are in April of 2016. So that's the format for month, and we had the week before. The next stop would be the date. In terms of date, we actually had three scenarios. The first one is the dates before the current month, and then the dates in this month, and then lastly the dates of the next month. Because we have 6 rows here, it is enough to display the dates across 3 months, and we need a way to find the arrangement of the days, like when would be the starting weekday of the current month. Basically, we need to grab the components of the current date in order to understand what is the first day of the month, and then map it back to each of the items in the date item section. In this part, we are going to use a lot more of the date functions. Basically, what I would like to do is to import a library on date so that we don't need to re-implement a lot of the codes. I will be doing this part by converting our current project into a workspace that imports another CocoaPod library. This part could be quite long, so I'm going to leave it to tomorrow while we'll be inserting the code of showing the date items as well. So see you tomorrow.